All right, it's been a long time since I made a video. I do have a lot of things to say. If you're somebody that doesn't like long videos, I'm not sure how long this video is going to go on for. So I would suggest you look at the time of, the duration of the video and see how long it is and say if this is something you want to watch or not. I'm going to try to keep it, moving in terms of I'm going to keep talking about things. So I'm not going to try to bore you too much. But at the same time, I do have a lot of things that I need to talk about. Very important things. Just what's going on in the world, basically. So I'm going to start with Trump, right? I'm going to get right into it. I'm not going to waste time. Trump. I already talked about the last assassination attempt that happened on him. And I pretty much broke it down before any real details came out or any official stories. And I was on the ball in terms of I knew exactly what was going on. And I've always known because once I started to see the world for what it was easy for me to figure out what's happening, right? And I may not have the exact details of everything, right? Because people like to get stuck on details. People are like, oh, you didn't say this right little detail here, this small little detail there. I'm like, look, motherfucker, I'm telling you what's going on. I'm giving you an overall view of what's happening, right? And that's all you need to know, right? Like, you need to know the nitty gritty. And unfortunately, here's the thing about that. We can't even get to the deeper topics because people are still stuck on the surface matter bullshit, right? People are still stuck on politics and religion and garbage like that when they don't even know who is responsible for these things existing in the first place. They don't know why we have countries. They don't know why we have religions. They don't know why we have governments. They don't know why we have political parties or any of this shit, right? All the things that separate humans and make them war against each other, kill each other, fight with each other. That's all these things exist for. They exist to separate and divide humanity and keep everybody as sheeple and monkeys, ignorant monkeys, walking around not knowing what the fuck is going on, right? And if you can't tell by now, I'm pretty pissed off. I've been pissed off. Crazy thing about it is my personal life is actually pretty good right now. So my personal life is not like I used to have issues in the past where I would be like, oh, I'm having issues in my personal life. But my personal life is pretty good right now. What's going on in the world is what's pissing me off. And it's always pissed me off. And most of the anger, to be honest, that I've had in my videos is because I see how fucked up the world is. Then I try to relay that to you guys. Then I'll get some little ignorant motherfuckers that don't know shit attacking me. And I'm like, you don't know anything, yet you want to attack me, right? That's the world we live in. But anyways, let's talk about Trump a little bit more. So the problem that people are having with Trump, at least his followers, is that they don't realize that he's part of the deep state. You know, the deep state that he's supposedly against, that he's fighting against, that he's going to free us from or help us overtake or whatever you want to call it. He's part of it. So if you're a Trump supporter and you're watching this shit right now, you little ignorant piece of shit, if you think that your little fucking savior, your little fucking god, Emperor Trump, is going to rescue you from the people that he's working for, you're out of your fucking mind. He's a pawn in the game, okay? There's a game. There's an illusion. And I want to be clear before I get too deep into that. Most of the viewers that watch me are pretty smart. Most of them. I'll have a few ignorant people here or there, whatever. I try to weed those motherfuckers out because I don't want dumb people here. I'm gonna be honest. If you're a dumb motherfucker, I don't want you watching me. That's how I feel about it. I don't care if I lose subscribers. What I care about is I want smart people watching me and I want good ideas put out in my videos in the comment section so we can get to a place where things actually happen, where we actually improve the world for the better, right? And I don't care if you like the way I say things. That's your prerogative. That's your business if you're that soft. But I'm gonna say things the way I'm gonna say them, right? I'm gonna be me. But anyways, back to the whole game that's being played. There's a game being played here by the demons that control the world, the aliens, whatever you want to call it. They're running the world, right? The demons in the Bible, the aliens that people talk about in ufology or whatever. They're controlling the world, okay? They run shit, right? There are different factions between these demons and aliens, all right? They're not all good and they're not all bad. But as of right now, the bad ones are the ones that are controlling the world. There are good ones that are trying to help us, but they're not obviously succeeding right now. So, and you'll know if they succeeded once we stop all the wars, once we stop all of the countries and divisions and languages and all the shit that separates people. Once all that shit goes away, then you know the good guys are helping us, or the good aliens, the good demons, or good angels, I should call them. But they're not succeeding right now. Right now, the evil ones are in control. And I'm going to tell you why that's happening. Because humans are too ignorant to fight against it, or are content with the way shit is. They're content with these systems. They're content with being fucked in the ass. That's the nicest way I can put it. If you're happy with the way the world is and you don't think there's anything wrong, or you're one of those dumb motherfuckers that likes to say things could be worse, you're part of the problem. Because you don't see how bad it is right now. And it's only getting worse. Why can't things be better, or why can't we try to improve? Why can't we fix the systems and the problems that we have? You know why? Because you humans like to give your power away to these evil demons so that they can control you and tell you what to do. That's what's happening. So like, the people that are watching me are the smart ones. They're the good people that know what's going on for the most part, right? Not everyone that watches me is smart. But for the most part, I want to think, and I want to say that most of my viewers are that way. So you guys are not the majority, unfortunately. You're the minority. We have to become the majority for things to change in this world. Right now, we're the minority. And because we're the minority, the ignorant little sheep and monkeys that I talked about earlier are the ones that are running the show. They're giving their power away to the demons and aliens that are controlling the world and making all these systems and all that shit, right? So back to Trump. Trump is part of that. He is a controlled pawn by these evil demons. But here's the catch. This is where it gets tricky. This is where people get lost. They're intentionally putting him as the supposed hero and good guy. That's his role. Keyword, role. You know what a role is? That means that he's not really that. He's playing a part. Like in a movie, right? Like a character. That's what he's doing. That's what he's been instructed to do. That's what he's been forced to do. You know why? Because if you don't have a quote unquote good guy or good side, then the evil doesn't have anything to go after or attack or go against. And the show becomes dull. It becomes boring because everything's lopsided to one side. So you guys, you have to understand, this is how the evil ones think that control the world. You got to stop thinking like a human. You got to stop thinking like how you think. You got to start thinking like how they think. So I'm telling you how they think. You know how I know? Because I've probably, most likely, 99% sure I was one of them at some point. So I know everything. I know how they think. I know how they feel. Everything. So they never fool me. I see the whole fucking picture. And you can call me a traitor to them. You can call me whatever you want, right? But I'm here right now on this planet to try to inform you guys of what's happening so you can wake the fuck up and do something about it. That's my job. That's what I'm trying to do. Job sounds like a stupid fucking word, but that's what I've chosen to do, right? I'm choosing to do this. And what that leads to in my life is constant attacks, constant, being put in situations that are difficult, that I have to figure my way out of. Because they know what I'm trying to do. And they're watching me. And they're like, oh, this motherfucker is trying to disrupt our system that we have set up. And I'm like, yeah, I am. Because I don't fucking like it. I don't agree with anything that they're doing. I don't like it. Hence why I'm against them now, right? Maybe I was with them at some point, but now I'm not. But it is what it is. I do what I want to do. Fuck it. I don't care. So, and the sad reality is that if someone like me is not here to help the good side, the good guys, you guys are going to get run the fuck over because you don't do shit. All you do is sit there and do your little meditations and all this other nonsense. And it's the world changing? Is the world getting better? Maybe your personal life is improving, and that's fine. I'm not saying you can't make your life better. If that's what you want to do, go for it. Have a good life. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't for 1 second delude yourself and fool yourself into thinking that you're making any sort of fucking difference in this world, because you're not. The only thing you're doing is making your little tiny life better. Now, if you're taking that, self-meditation, whatever you're doing, and sharing it with other people and helping other people improve their lives and making the world better in that way, then I can say, yeah, you're definitely contributing in some way. But it's still not enough to defeat the problem that we have to defeat. The ones that control the world have already calculated that there are people like you that are doing all these goody bullshit, and they're fine with that because they know there's not enough of you to make a difference. So they're like, oh, yeah, you guys can do your little thing in your corner over there, but you're not going to change anything really. Like, you're not going to really make a difference. And I'm not trying to discourage people from living that life. Live that life if you want to. That's fine. That's beautiful. But you have to be real about what you're doing and see how it's really impacting the world and really see where the problems are and then make a difference there. Like what I'm trying to do, right? And I'm not saying I'm making a huge difference, because I'm really not. I'm an honest person. I wouldn't be the real truth if I'm not honest, right? But I'm trying, right? I'm trying to attack what I see as the root cause of the problem, which are the demons that are controlling the world. Because until they're defeated and out of the way, we can't really change the world for the better. We can't really make a huge difference. We can't really fix anything. They have to be removed from their positions of power. How do we do that? Stop abiding by their rules, their laws, their systems, their governments, all the things that they've created for us. We got to stop doing it. We got to start. The best way I can put it is stop participating in their game. Stop playing their game. That's what you have to do. If you want them to lose power, you can't be a player in their game, because as long as you're playing their game, they still have power over you. And again, if you're one of those people that meditates and does all of that, you're still part of their game, because they've calculated that you're going to exist and you're going to do that. But you're not a threat to them, because they know you're just going to sit in your little corner and do nothing. So they're like, yeah, go over there and do your thing. But again, I don't want to keep repeating myself when it comes to that. But long story short, we have to expose them. We have to see what they're doing. We have to stop their systems. We have to stop their control. That's the only way we win this. That's the truth. We can't win this by being goody two-shoes, sitting on the sidelines and praying all the time. That's just not going to work, unfortunately. They're the ones that created your religions. They're the ones that created all of this shit that you see in this world. They haven't just done it on Earth. They've done it in other planets. They've gone around the universe. And they've spread these systems everywhere. So again, if you're a Trump supporter and you think, oh, if I vote for Trump, he's going to save me, you're out of your fucking mind. Because his role is to pretend to be the good guy, the savior. That's what he's supposed to do. So they can keep attacking him and fucking with him and all these fake assassination attempts. I don't even want to get into the details of that. The only thing I know is he was playing golf and some dude tried to kill him, right? Okay, cool. We got the basics out of the way. I'm not going to get into the nitty gritty. He was a Democrat, all this other stupid shit that doesn't matter. The point, the big event, the big thing you need to know, somebody tried to kill a motherfucker again, right? Why? Because they're trying to radicalize the right. That's what they're doing, and Trump is part of it. Trump's not going to die. You think Trump's going to die? No. Now, don't get me wrong. Right now, the plan is not for Trump to die. They don't want Trump to die because they need him. He's very valuable in terms of controlling the masses, whether it's people that hate him or love him. Because either way, they can use Trump to control you. And I'll tell you how. If you love him, obviously, it's obvious. You're gonna be following him. That's how they control you that way. Now, if you hate him, they can make you hate him and make you control you. They can control you that way, right? They make you hate him and then make you have reactions that are the opposite of the ones that follow. It's that simple. That's how they control everyone with Trump. But whatever. And that's why I don't have a horse in the race. That's why I don't give a fuck. That's why I don't play politics, right? Like I don't play these games. Because if I start getting involved in that kind of shit, then I'm going to be no different than everybody else. I'm going to be another sheep, right? But anyways, so that's how they use Trump to do that. And they have these assassination attempts trying to get the right radicalized. Like, oh, we hate the left. He's a Democrat. Oh, we got to attack the left because they want a civil war in the United States. They want the United States to implode. That's what these evil demons want. Now, in case you aren't familiar with the demons that are controlling the world or the aliens, whatever, they kind of took over in the 50s, right? I want to say late 40s, early 50s. When they came down, they had a visit with President Eisenhower. Go look it up. They made a treaty with him. And they've been breaking their treaty ever since. Eisenhower had this treaty with them where he told them, spoke for all of humanity and said, you guys are allowed to abduct a certain amount of people and you give us technology in return. That's what Eisenhower did for the human race. He sold the human race out. Right? Go look it up, figure it out. I don't have time to give you all the links. You can find, if you really want to know, you'll find it. Okay. So when he did that, he gave them open season on humanity. He gave them free reign. It was like they were like, "Oh, you gave us permission. That's all we needed. As long as we have permission to abduct people, we're gonna do whatever the fuck we want." So now they feel not only can they abduct whoever they want whenever they want, but they've infiltrated all the governments, all the religions, everything that the world runs on, and they control every aspect of it. That's what they've done. Now, again, there are different factions. There are different, there are reptilians, there are grays. There are all types of different factions that these demons have. I don't really give a fuck. That's why I call them the evil ones. I don't care which faction is doing what. All I know is, as a general overall picture, there are evil demonic aliens that are controlling the world. That's all you need to know. As long as you know that, now you know what you're dealing with. Now you have to say, okay, so then why am I doing this? Why am I going to work? Why am I going to Sunday school or Sunday mass, whatever you want to call it? Why am I going to do these trivial things? Why am I voting? Why am I doing all these things that have been designed by these creatures to keep me in chains? And they have control over me. Why am I doing these things? That's where you have to start to question your life and figure out, what are you really doing? Again, I understand people have to work. We all have to work. We all have to make money. I get all of that because that's the system that has been built. If we don't have money, we can't survive on this planet. Like, we can, but it's difficult. So it's better to have money than to not have money. Let's just put it that way. And because the way the world has been designed in terms of money, they make you have to go to work. You have to find a way to have finance in your life. You can't live without money. And because that's that way, it just causes people to become slaves to their system. And you don't really have an option as to what you want to do. Now, again, yeah, you can go live in the woods, but it's going to be fucking tough, especially if you've been raised in society like most people have. Now, if you're a tribe in Africa or somewhere else and that's all you've ever done, then it's easy for you because that's how you grew up. That's your life. But for most people living in modern society, it would be very difficult to just drop everything and go live in the woods. Some people can do it. I'm not saying people can't do it, but it's just not ideal, right? And we shouldn't live that way anyway. Technology is not bad. We should be advancing. We should be progressing. It's just that technology is being used in a way to be negative or not positive towards humanity. So it seems like it's a bad thing, but it's not. It's just that it's being used in a bad way, right? It's being used to control us. It's being used to attack us, to kill us. That's why you have all these wars and all this other shit, right? Now, I'm going to stop talking about that. I'm going to switch over to Lebanon and what's going on with Hezbollah and Israel and all of that shit, right? Speaking of technology, right? So, I don't know all the details on this either, and it's irrelevant, all right? What matters is that there are pagers and walkie-talkies being used in Lebanon that are exploding. That's all I needed to see. That's all I needed to know. You know why? Because the point I'm about to make, that's all the information that I needed to know. And I'm going to explain. Basically, we're living in a world where you have a conflict that's apparently been going on for thousands of years in the Middle East. What are they fighting about? They're fighting about religion and land, right? Everybody knows this. Common sense, if you know anything about world events, right? Or world history. So they've been doing this for thousands of years. These religions they're fighting about are fake. And if they all die, who owns the land? Nobody. This is the problem that they have. Because, again, I don't want to be racist, so I'm going to try to refrain. But they're ignorant sheep. Let me say it that way. They're ignorant sheep. They don't know. I was going to say monkeys, but I'll just say sheep. They're ignorant sheep that don't know any better. They grew up in these religions. They were told by their parents and their parents before them, blah, blah. This has been a tradition, right, in these regions. And this is all over the world, but I'm talking mostly about the Middle East right now. And they believe in their bullshit, in their lies, in their nonsense. These religions were created by these demons that I talk about. Why were these religions created? To separate humanity further. That's why there are countries. That's why there are religions. That's why there are languages. All these things that people take pride in. They're like, oh, I'm proud of my culture. I'm proud of my country. I'm proud of my language. I'm proud of... You dumb piece of shit. You dumb motherfucker. You're not proud of anything because you didn't create it. And you don't even know why it was made. You don't even know why everyone's human, yet we all speak all different languages. Why? Why is that like that? Why are there Africans in Africa? Why are there Europeans in Europe? Why are there Asians in Asia? Why are there Native Americans in America? Why have things been separated in this manner? How did that happen? You think, oh, this is why humans are so fucking stupid. You think that humans just magically change skin colors over time and magically we evolved from an ape, and then from an ape we just magically started taking different skin colors because what? What caused the different skin colors? I can tell you the truth, but there's no real answer that I've ever heard come from mainstream science or mainstream media or anything that I've ever known in school that explains why there are different races in different parts of the world. Now, they want you to believe that everyone came from Africa. I promise you not everyone believes that. I promise you Chinese people don't believe that shit. You think Chinese people think they came from fucking Africa? They don't. And there are a lot of Chinese people in this fucking world, let me tell you that. So who's right? Who's right? The United States or China? You see what I'm saying? Like, and I'll tell you the truth. I agree with China, at least when it comes to that. And that's one of the few things that I agree with China on. But they're right about that. Because we've been lied to about everything. Everything that we've ever known. And you know why we've been lied to? Because knowledge is power and they don't want you to know the truth. If you know the truth, then you can free yourself from their grip. They don't want to lose their grip on humanity. We're their cash cow, so to speak. And we're also their cattle because they eat humans. So not only do we make them have some sort of status in the universe and some sort of power, but at the same time, they use us for food and energy for themselves. So that's why they can't have humans knowing the truth. It's like if you have a cow, this is a bad way to say it, but it's the truth. If you have a cow, do you want the cow to know that it's going to be slaughtered and eaten? No. The less the cow knows about that and the more you pamper the cow and take care of the cow and feed it, the cow's never going to know what's going to happen, right? And that's what you want to do with a cow. Chicken and all of that shit. But that's how they look at us. They're like, these dumb animals are only good enough to be treated in this manner. They need to work. They need to be slaves. We'll feed them. We'll take care of them. And then when we're ready to throw them to the wolves and have them go to war with each other and kill each other and whatever they want to do with us, that's what they do with us. And as long as we have them in control and we have these systems and countries and languages and religions, that's always how it's going to be. So we have to break that, right? So this shit with walkie-talkies and pagers and shit blowing up in Lebanon, it's barbaric. It's fucking ignorant. It's retarded. I don't care who's doing it to who. I don't care if Israel did it to them or vice versa. I don't care who's doing what to what. I don't give a fuck about that. What I care about is that it's happening. And people say, oh, it's so difficult to stop. Oh, it's so hard. No, it's not. So we have all these countries that have all this power that can kill each other and go to war with each other, yet they can't figure out how to make peace. Are you fucking joking? It's a fucking joke. They can't figure out how to make a state for Palestine. Honestly, I don't believe in countries. I don't believe there should be countries. But I understand why people believe in it. But I don't think it should be. I think everyone should be like the United States, to be honest. At least the good United States, not the shitty one that they're trying to convert us into. The original way that the United States was. Land of the free, have all these freedoms, blah, blah, blah. That United States, I think the whole world should be like that. That's how I feel. But everyone has pride in their homeland, their country, their government, their language, their religion. And they act upon that because they've been brainwashed to believe that this is what they have to do. So now you have all this barbaric shit happening over there where people can't even go to a store and they're fucking Pagers are blowing up. Walkie-talkies blowing up randomly out of nowhere. It's like, what kind of world is that? What are we doing here? And they're like, oh, we can't stop it. We can't figure it out. Yeah, you can. First of all, why? We need to get rid of religions. We need to get rid of religions. That's the first thing. The second thing is we need to get rid of all these governments. That's the truth. I mean, you guys may not agree, or some people might be like, oh, no, we need to keep the... Okay, well, let's keep doing what we've been doing, and let's let people keep dying over this shit. Because that's all that's going to happen. And am I saying that if we got rid of these things, the world would automatically be in peace? No. It would take time. It would take a lot of time. Because people are still brainwashed into those systems. So it would take time to deprogram them from believing in these things. But if we don't start, it's never going to happen. If we keep going on the same way we've been going, guess what? What do they say? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result, right? That's not the real definition, but it works. So if you keep doing the same thing you've been doing and you're expecting the world to change, guess what? It's not going to change. Religions haven't made the world better. Countries haven't made the world better. Cultures haven't made the world better. None of this shit has. It's led to the world that we have today. And guess what? We're going to get more of it. Because you're not in control of it. You're not in control of the countries. You're not in control of the religions. You're not in control of none of that shit. The evil ones that control the world are the ones that are in control of all of it. They decide what the countries do and who goes to war with who and who kills who. And if they want to have a random school shooting or a random assassination attempt, they can do all of that. They do all of that. They're doing all of this shit to keep humanity divided. They're purposely doing it. And everyone is along for the ride, for the most part. And again, I'm not really talking to the viewers that watch me because a lot of you guys are smart and you know what's going on. But it happens, right? People will come by and they'll say some dumb shit and they think they can just spit their everyday, this is what I do, this is how I live my life garbage. Like I haven't heard it a million times. And they think it's going to change my mind or work on me. No, if you're a normal person or a normie, whatever you want to call it, and you live your life according to the systems that have been created to keep you a sheep, you're not impressing me with your garbage knowledge. So get the fuck out of my face, please. That's the way I feel about it. I'm not here to listen to you. I'm here to speak and you listen to me. That's what I'm here for. If you don't like that, go watch somebody else. I always say this shit. I'm not forcing you to watch my channel. You're choosing to click on the video and watch. And I appreciate it if you do, but it's not mandatory. Nobody's putting a gun up to your head and saying you have to watch me. That's your decision. Okay? I'm not like the ones that control the world. I'm not trying to control you. I'm trying to wake you the fuck up so you can have true fucking freedom. That's what I'm trying to do. And I want freedom too. So I'm being a little bit selfish because guess what? Until you guys wake up and decide you want to fix the world, I can't be free either. So we're all stuck in this shit together until we figure it the fuck out. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to alert as many people as I can so we can do something about it. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about Kim Goguen, not too much. I had somebody come by. They left a message. It's a while ago. And I promised them I would make them a video response because they said some good things that I wanted to comment on. So I'm probably going to make that video soon. I don't want to make too many promises because every time I do, I break them and I feel bad about that. But I did tell them I was going to make a video talking about Kim Goguen and responding to their message. So I'm going to most likely do that. And then I'll give you guys a more deep analysis of the comment they made. And if there's anything you guys want to talk about with Kim Goguen or you want me to know, feel free to leave it in the comments below or in that video that I'm going to make. I haven't kept up with her. That's the truth. Some people don't like that. Some people do. The channel is called Real Truth. It's not called Kim Goguen Hotspot or Kim Goguen Hangout. So I'm sorry if I offend some people. And if you don't like that, hey, there's nothing I can do about it. But I do have a lot of people that watch me for her. I used to be more on top of her information. I've fallen off because I've been busy with IRL, just doing real life things. I haven't really been making videos about anything, not just Kim Goguen, but look at my channel. When's the last time I made a video? There was a point where I wanted to go live like 5 times a week and make it a more routine thing. Or I just wanted to get in the groove, right? I wanted to just make videos every day. But that's just right now, I don't want to say it's unrealistic, but it's not my priority. But I do want to at some point make it a priority. But I don't want to tell you guys and then I don't do it. That's the issue that I'm having. I hate telling you guys I'm gonna do something and then I don't do it. I hate that. But that's just the way life is, right? And I did want to monetize my channel and all of that. But I'm like, whatever. I don't give a fuck anymore. I just don't trust YouTube enough. Like, I see what happens to other people, like big YouTubers, they get demonetized for some dumb shit. And I'm like, well, if that's happening to them, then what the fuck's going to happen to me? I've already had strikes for nonsense. I've already had my channel taken down before. So it's kind of hard for me to take this shit serious. And the other platforms like Rumble, Odyssey, and BitChute, they're more of a, I'm just putting my videos up there and see who watches kind of thing. I'm not taking those platforms too serious. I am, but I'm not. I'm not like, oh man, I have to post on these platforms. YouTube is where it's at, unfortunately. And until that changes, that's all I really care about. The other platforms are, again, just to get more people to watch and to have more eyes on the content. But they're not good enough for me to just say, okay, I'm going to leave YouTube and just focus on that. Now that could happen at some point. I'm not saying it can't happen, but on those other platforms, I only have maybe 1/5 or 1/6 of the subs that I have on YouTube. So obviously I'm getting more eyes on YouTube and I have more support on YouTube. So that's what I care about the most, right? But anyways, that's all I have to say for now. I hope I didn't bore you guys too much. If you like, comment, subscribe. I do have a Patreon. It's in the link in the description below. If you want to support me, that would be great. Any donations, any whatever you want to do. You don't have to do that. It's the only way I'm probably ever going to get any money out of this channel. But other than that, I'm not expecting any, oh, you have to pay me, blah, blah, blah. I don't give a fuck. If you do it, great. I would greatly appreciate you. Last thing about Patreon, actually, I want to make sure this is clear. I did want to make Patreon a more regular thing. I wanted to have more content, but I don't have enough support there to just focus on that. Because if I'm struggling just to make YouTube videos, I would definitely struggle just to focus on Patreon. Now, if I had a lot of support on Patreon, not only would I focus more on that, but I would also have more content and more unfiltered content. I would be able to say more things there that I can't say on YouTube. And that's just the way it goes. I know I can do it on Rumble and all these other ones, but I don't have enough support on those, and I don't have enough support on Patreon, so I'm going to stick to this for now. But anyways, I said enough. If you like, comment, subscribe, share where you can. Hit the notification bell. See you guys in the next video. Take care.